Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. This is Bamari. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this gorgeous Ankara and Aso Oke combination on the screen. If you're interested in knowing how I made this dress, please stay to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I will be using this beautiful Ankara fabric to make the dress. So the first thing I will do is I'll go ahead to fold my fabric into two, just like this. I'll be cutting the front part of the skirt separate, then I'll cut the back parts also separate. So I just folded this into two, and to get the width I said quarter of the hip, which is 11, plus extra 2 inches, which is 13. To cut the down part of the gown, we'll be cutting from our waist to our full length. Our full length is 55 inches. So if I remove the shoulder to the waist, which is 16 inches, I'll go ahead to mark 39 inches from the down part of the gown. First thing first, I'll go ahead to rule a straight line. This line will be my starting line. Then I'll go ahead to mark quarter of the waist. Our waist is 31 inches. Divided by 4 will get 7.75. So I'll go ahead to mark the 7.75 out. Then I'll be adding 1 extra inch for that allowance and 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. So we have 10.75. So I'll just go ahead to mark it out like that. Then from my waist, I'll be coming down 8 inches to mark my hip level. So you just come down 8 inches from your waist to mark your hip level. Then the hip is 44 inches. 44 divided by 4, we get 11. So I'll go ahead to mark 11 at my hip level. Then I'll be adding 1.5 for sewing allowance. I'll add it to it. Then I'll take my curve and slightly curve the waist to the hip, just like this. Now, to get the position of our nail, we are going to say that our skirt length, that is the waist to the full length, which is 39 inches, I'll divide it into 2. It will give me 19.5. So 19.5 will be our nail area. So I'll just mark 19.5 and rule it out like this. To get your nail measurement, what I do is that if your hip is above 40 inches, you remove 1.5 inch from your hip. But if your hip is from 40 inches below, you remove only 1 inch from your hip. So my customer hip is above 40 inches, so I'll be removing 1.5 inch from it, that is 11. Then I'll go ahead to mark 1.5 for sewing allowance. I'll mark it down, then I'll connect the hip to the nail, just like this. As I said earlier, to get the remaining length of our gown, we'll be saying the full length 55 inches minus the half length 16 inches. We'll get 39 inches. So I'll be adding extra 2 inches for turning allowance of the skirt at the down part. So I'll be adding extra 2 inches to the 39, making it 41 inches. So I'll go ahead to mark the 41 inches down, and I will use my ruler to rule it just like this. After doing that, whatever I have at my new area here, which is 11 inches, I'll be removing 1 inch from it. So I'll go ahead to mark 10 inch at the hem line, just like this. I mark the remaining at the hem line. Then I'll take my ruler and connect it together, just like this. That is all about the down part of the gown at the front. So I'll just go ahead to cut it out now. Now that I'm done cutting it, this is how it looks like. So when I open it now, if you remember our style, you know that there is a slit at the left side. To cut the slit on the front part of the skirt around the waist, I'll be measuring it, and I'll be dividing it into 2 to mark the center part. Then I'll go ahead to bring an Aso Oke fabric that I divided. You can see I divided the Aso Oke fabric into 2, so I'll be placing it on the center part towards the left. You can see that majority of the Aso Oke is lying on the left. So the down part, the hem part of the skirt, I also measure it and divide it into two. The center part also, I'll mark it out. You can see the position of the Aso Oke falls towards the left side. So the slit will be around this area. So I'll be marking 19 inches upward for the slits. So you know that I added extra 2 inches to the hem for turning of the down part with the lining. So 19 plus 2 give us 21. So I'll just go ahead to come measure 21 inches at that area, then I'll mark it out. You can decide to come up more than 21 inches, but I'll just be keeping mine just slightly above the knee. So you can decide to come up more to show your height. It is just based on preference. After marking it out just like this, then I'll go ahead to take my scissors to just cut it open. So you can see how the slit looks like. So this is the way we'll be placing it, the Aso Oke on the slit. So you can see it is just like the picture. So now we'll go ahead to cut the back part of the gown. So I went ahead to fold 2 pieces for the down of the back of the gown. You can see. So I'll take the front part that I cut, I'll be placing it on the back part like this, leaving allowance for the zipper, because you know the back has a zipper. After placing it properly on the fabric, I'll just go ahead to take my chalk and my ruler to chalk it out. This is just a short method to get your back part. After carefully chalking our front parts on the back fabric, I'll go ahead to remove it out. At this area here, I went ahead to mark a zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. After marking it out, I take my ruler and connect the lines together just like this. From the waist, I will be coming down 8 inches to mark my hip line. So I'll mark my hip line. We don't need to do much since we have used the front pattern to drop the back pattern. So after rolling the hip line just like this, I'll be marking 19.5 inches from the waist to also mark the knee line. So after marking it, I'll roll it just like this also. So we have our new hip and waist line. At the waist area, I'll be coming down by 1 inch. So I'll just come down by 1 inch at the waist area to eliminate zipper bulge. Then I'll roll it to the side of the waist like this. At my new area here, I'll be coming in by 0.5 inch. I'll be coming in by 0.5 inch at my new area. Then from my hip to my knee, I'll be dividing it into two. I have about 5.6. So I'm coming in by 0.5. So the 0.5 I gave in there, I'll take it and roll it to the middle here. And this side too, the 0.5, I'm coming in by 0.5 there too. I'll take it also to the hip. So at the new area, I came in by 0.5. At the waist area also, I came in by 0.5. So the 0.5 I came in here and here, I'll be placing it back at their sides. So I'll just go here and mark 0.5. Here also, I'll come out here and mark 0.5. Then I'll just connect it to my measurements like this. At this side also, I'll connect it like this. I went ahead to connect it to the side this way. I also connected this other side to the side. Here I went ahead to cut the back part. Please watch carefully the way I'm cutting it. And what I did previously was a little boat contour at our back of the gown. Please, if you don't understand it, you can rewatch that part again to understand it better. So this is the way our back part was looking after I was done cutting it. So I went ahead to notch the hip and the knee level so I can know where they are when I'm joining it. You know the half an inch we came in at this side. I'll go ahead to mark it in all the way down and I'll roll it like this. Then from that half an inch I came in, I'll be marking 1 inch instead of 1.5. I don't like that side to be too bulky. then I would rule it to a straight line, then I will cut it out just like this. So now we have eliminated the zipper bulge and we have done our butt contour. Now we are done cutting the back part and the front part of the down part of the gown. The next thing for us to do is to cut the upper bodice of the gown. Basically, we are just using freehand for this outfit. It is nice, right? So I'll just be drawing a straight line at the edge there. That will be my starting line. Then I will fold my fabric into two and I'll be marking the shoulder to waist length, which is 16 inches. And I'll be adding 0.5 inch to it just for joining allowance. So I'll mark 16.5 and I'll roll it out. Then I'll go ahead to take my scissors and cut it out just like this. So sorry I did not set the camera well, but you see the drafting clearly. And you can see the front part that we are drafting is on fold. So we're going to measure the shoulder. Our shoulder is 16 inches divided by 2 is 8. I'll go ahead to mark the 8 down. Then the neck width, I'll be using 3 inches, and for the neck depth, it is not too deep, so I'll be using 2.5 inches. So I'll take my curve rule and curve it in just like this. After doing that, I'll go ahead to take my shoulder slope. I'll be coming down at the edge of my shoulder by 0.5 inch. I'll mark the 0.5 inch down. Then I'll use my ruler to connect it to the neckline just like this. After that, I'll be marking the armhole, which is 8 inches. You can check the screen to know the formula to calculate your armhole. So I'll just go ahead to mark 8 inches down. Then I will take my ruler and connect the lines together like this. After which I'll be dividing it into 2, that is 4. Then I'll be coming in at that center by 0.5. Then I'll use my ruler and curve rule to curve the armhole just like this. Next thing, we're going to mark the nipple to nipple measurements, which is 4 inches, but because of I'm cutting it directly on fabric, I always add 0.5. So I'll go ahead to mark 4.5 inch on the fabric. Then I will mark it out just like this. I'll roll it on it. So I'll be using this armhole line as my bust line and this down line as my waistline. Then I will need to mark my bust points and my under bust. For my shoulder here, I will come down to 9.5 to mark my bust points. So I'll mark 9.5 like this. I'll mark it on my fabric. Then after that, I'll be measuring my shoulder to my under bust, which is 13 inches. Then I'll also mark 13 inches on my fabric just like this. Then I'll take my ruler to connect the lines together. So that is my bust point, under bust and waistline. So I'm cutting a bust here, so I'll be marking 1 1/4 here and 1 1/4 at the other side. I'll go ahead to mark it out just like this at the under bust. At the waist also, I'll mark 1 1/4. Then I'll also at both sides, at this side. Then I'll also mark it at this side also 1 1/4. You can decide to mark 1 1/2 also. Then I'll take my ruler and connect the lines together. Then from the bust point, I'll be coming down 1 inch from the bust point. I'll mark it down. Then I'll take my curve rule to curve it to the under bust just like this. After doing that, my armhole, the center of my armhole, this part, I'll be coming down by 1 inch. I'll go ahead to mark it out. Then I'll be coming above the center by 1.5 inch. I'll mark it out also. Then from this bust point, I'll take the ruler and connect the bust point to the 1.5 inch I came up from the center. Then I'll put it slanted like this, then connect the 1 inch below the center to the bust point. Then from this 1 inch, I'll be extending it by 1.5 inch like this, and I'll connect the line. Then I'll go ahead to draw our new armhole this way. That's being done, I'll go ahead to take my measurements now. So my bust is 36 inches. 36 divided by 4 will give us 9 inches. So I'll go ahead to mark 9 inches at this side. Then the little space I have here also, which is like 0.4, I'll go ahead to add it to my measurement. Then I'll also be adding 2 extra inches for sewing allowance. Then I'll go ahead to take my waist measurement also. My waist is 31 divided by 4, that is 7.75. So the space in between here, we have about 2.5. So I'll go ahead to add it to it. Then I'll also be adding extra 2 inches for sewing allowance. Then I'll connect the bust to the waist using the ruler just like this. After I was done doing that, I'll just carefully cut it out. See the way I'm cutting it out. Just watch carefully. This is how it looks after I was done cutting it out. So now I'll go ahead to cut the back upper bodice. To cut the back, I'll go ahead to take 2 pieces of fabric just like this. Then I'll go ahead to measure my shoulder to waist, which is 16 plus ½ inch, which is 16.5. Then I'll go ahead to mark out my zipper allowance, which is 1.5 inch, just like this, and I'll roll it to connect the lines together. Then after that, I'll go ahead to take my shoulder measurement, which is 8. I'll mark it out, and my neck width, which is 3. Then my neck depth for the back will be 1 inch. Then I'll go ahead to use my curve rule and ruler to mark it out just like this. Then I'll come down by 0.5 inch to mark my shoulder slope, and I'll use my ruler to connect it to the neckline just like this. Next, I'll go ahead to take the armhole measurement, which is 8. Then I'll just go ahead to connect it with my ruler just like this. After which, I'll be marking the center part of the armhole, which is 4. Then from there, I'll just use my curve rule to slightly curve it in just like this. Now I'll go ahead to take the horizontal measurements. The bust, quarter of the bust, which is 9 plus 2 inches for sewing allowance 11. I'll go ahead to mark it at the bust area 11. Then I'll come to the waist, quarter of the waist, which is 7.75 plus 1 inch for that plus 2 inch for sewing allowance 10.75. So for my zipper line, I'll go ahead to mark 10.75. Always mark from after your zipper line. Then I'll take my ruler and connect it together. After that, to further eliminate zipper bulge, I'll be coming up at this area by 0.5 inch. Then I'll roll it to the side of my waist just like this. Then I'll also be coming in by 0.5 inch at the edge of my zipper just like this. Then I'll also connect it upward. All this is to eliminate any zipper bulge. So the 0.5 inch I came in at the zipper, I'll be placing it at this area here. Then I'll go ahead to take my ruler and connect it to the armhole. Now we'll go ahead to cut the back part. Just watch carefully the way I'm cutting it. This video is already long and I love my videos being very detailed, so I'll be dropping the link to the part 2 in the description below. That will be the sewing tutorial. Thanks for watching this video to the end. Please like, subscribe, comment and share to see more helpful tutorials like this. See you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.